Ramsey Park. 11 minutes until kickoff now. Playford versus Croydon FC. The match here this afternoon scheduled for a 3 p.m. kickoff as well. So not long until that. Other games going on around the ground, but our focus is here between Playford and Croydon FC. Will be interesting to see how this one does end up. Good crowd building in behind us as well here where we're sat. And not long until aforementioned kickoff. But will certainly be a big one in terms of where these teams end up at the end of the round in the league ladder. Really intriguing battle between these two sides. 6th and 8th. Playford, that team higher placed in the ladder, at least for the time being. They could be jumped by Croydon if they do get the points today. They need a win, though. A draw will not suffice due to Playford's superior goal difference in that aspect. It's not long until kickoff, round 12. Here at Ramsey Park. We'll go for the starting line closer to kickoff. But for now, just really taking in the surroundings here at Ramsey Park. Reserves game just before this, Croydon winning 2-0 as well. I'm not sure how the under-18s went, but at least Croydon looking to go back-to-back wins this afternoon here against Playford. It's not if Playford have anything to say about it, however. I think both sides just finishing up their warm-ups as well. And we'll come out of the change rooms in a moment. But a really interesting one, of course, supported by REA, proud supporters of football, South Australia. Love the game. Why not study at Flinders University now offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology, social work, and more at its new city campus. Apply now for mid-year entry at Flinders University.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City. Hello, good afternoon, welcome from wherever you're watching. We're here at Ramsey Park for this round 12 match between Playford City and Croydon FC in the men's RAA NPL here in South Australia. 2 minutes until kick-off, 3 p.m. scheduled here on the Saturday, the 31st of May. Halfway point of the season, exactly where fixtures reverse. Of course, this was a round 1 fixture this season, this time around. Here up in the north, here at Ramsey Park. 6th versus 8th, Playford's in that high position, but if Croydon do get 3 points today, they will jump them and enter a finals position. A draw will not be enough due to Playford's superior goal difference, but it will inch them closer towards teams around the pack. Both sides are waiting in the tunnel. Good crowd built up behind us here, and really an exciting spectacle ahead of us. Looks like we're ready, and we will have both sides walk out onto the field of play. Playford's having a poor streak at the moment. Haven't won since round 8 against West Torrens Bocala here at Ramsey Park, and haven't had the opportunity to come back here since then as well. A 3-1 loss up at the Summit against Adelaide United started that streak. Then a 4-2 loss, a bit of a shock up at Smith Partners, and then losing to Adelaide Comets away last week, 1-0. Croydon in a bit of mixed form, winning 3-1 against West Torrens Bocala last week. Week before that, losing 1-0 to Metro Stars. As both sides go through pre-match proceedings, we'll go through the starting lineup, starting with the home side of Playford City. In goal, number 1, Luke Osby. Number 3, Braden French. Number 4, Sean Harvey. Number 5, Tyson Harriman. Number 6, Isaac Mullen. Number 7, Santiago Tabares. Number 8, Sam Voigt. Number 9, Christos Penendis. Number 10, Daniel Ryan. Number 14, Xavier Pratt. And number 19, back from suspension, Ben Woolard. You see both captains as well head to the centre to conduct the coin toss. Refereeing staff today in the middle, Tom Brinkworth, assistant referees Mark Padros and Joshua Britvek. Luke Klimek of Croydon FC, 350 games for his beloved club. And Sean Harvey for Playford as well, 300 as well for the 31-year-old. Going to the Croydon starting 11 in goal. Number 1, the experienced Daniel Margush. Number 5, Luke Klimek. Number 6, Christopher Vivian. Number 7, Maya Hisamoto. Number 8, Adam Martinello. Number 10, Thomas Greco. Number 11, Oscar Slattery. Number 15, James Polly. Number 16, Luca Trimboli. Number 17, Passia John. And number 22, Bol Mapor. A few other games going on as well as we speak. Comets versus Modbury Jet, starting half an hour earlier than this one. And also Adelaide United playing against Croatia Raiders at 5 p.m. So we'll give you updates on that Comets Modbury game, which will finish before us, but we will get underway now here. Adam Martinello getting us started here at Ramsey Park in round 12. Penultimate match of the round. Plenty of interesting results already. Adelaide City losing to FK Beograd in quite a spectacle there last night at Adelaide City Park. A 4-2 win for Beograd. Even Parra Hills Knights picking up points against West Torrens Bocala in a crucial match. That one was for the Knights against another potential relegation candidate. So for Croydon, right at the corner flag. It's delivered right into the middle there. Will be Christos Penendez just to boot it forward and take it away. Tabares. Back to Penendez. He sprays it out to the middle where he's looking for Sam Voigt. Might just be swept up here by Slattery. Under a bit of pressure though. He also just elects to just get it out of the way and fall. Mapor. Header won by Slattery. Greco gets a touch to it to keep it. Croydon looking to build an attack forward. Mapor. Of course, no Andre Carl still for Croydon. Their top goal scorer last season. Although Maya Hisamoto has done a brilliant job to pick up where Carl left off. 7 goals so far, only one off top goal scorer, or equal top goal scorers in Owen Windsor and Isaac Mullen, of course. Perhaps a shock for a Golden Boot candidate, but nonetheless still there alongside Owen Windsor. Of course, Isaac Mullen has the privilege to try and go ahead of Owen Windsor after Metro already playing last night in a win against Campbelltown. 4-0, in fact. Quite a big one there for them. French with the throw. Header one. Gets delivered into the area. Claims of a handball, mainly by Santiago Tabares against Chris Vivian, but Tom Ringworth heeding none. I think we're just waiting to get a ball back at the moment. Not sure where it went. Oh, we have it now. Into the area. Mapor headering away and Greco just flicking it even further. Header one then by Harvey. Mullen flicked on header by Penendez, getting it to the hands of Daniel Margush. Big signing for Croydon in the league is Daniel Margush. Plenty of experience. Over 50 A-League men's appearances, mainly for the Western Sydney Wanderers and a few for Adelaide United. Also won promotion in that State League 1 side for the United youth team back then. Junior as well at Croatia Raiders. He played a few NPL games back in 2014 for them as well. Mapor making a driving run forward, opts to have the strike. Just gets out of his way, and Bowl Mapor going right into the back and I think winning a free kick too. Free kick for Playford. Headed down. Martinello. Not able to keep it. Tabarez, lovely footwork to keep it in Playford's possession. Harvey looking down the wing, but his ball won't reach. Isamoto. Now Slattery. Plays the ball over the top, looking for James Polly, but intercepted. Ball gets forward to Penendez. Greco taking it back. Isamoto has Xavier Pratt sliding in on him. That one's kept in play though. Ryan has some options forward. He opts to go to himself down the left wing. At the moment, I think he was about to take the cross. Gets it taken off of him. Ball looking forward. Unconventional way of stopping it from Harvey, but working nonetheless from getting it back to Osby. Ball over the top. And there are claims that he might have handled that outside of the area. Again, mainly from Tabarez, but again, nothing coming to of. Playford looking forward again. Dan Ryan out on the left. Gets it central to Christos Penendez. Still only has the one goal for the season, does Penendez. Was their top last year in State League 1 with 14 in their promotion campaign. Mullen, equal league's top goal scorer, aforementioned. It's ball taken off of him, the two number 8s. Will end up in the throw for Croydon. Greco receives it from the throw and then the same again. Gets a little bit stuck on the ball there. Bolmapor has to get rid, and he does do so with a plump. French looks for a ball over the top for Mullen. Will it stay in? It does do so. It needs to be cleared away, and it will be a corner. Corner for Playford. First of the match. Pretty short. It's delivered into the front post. Gets rid of Passia John. Does well. Has Hisamoto in front of him and does use him as that option. Ball played through. John has himself a little bit wide. And a sliding challenge prevents him from having an effort on goal or giving someone else the opportunity to do the same. Greco, good work. Passia John puts in a good low ball. Only goes direct to Luke Osby, however. Not sure what that stoppage was for, if I missed something, but we continue on anyway. Current league table has Playford at 6th, Croydon 7th, and the two other teams playing Adelaide Comets in 8th and Mulberry Jets 10th, a point off 11th placed West Torrens Bocala, who have Croatia Raiders below them, sitting alongside them in that relegation zone for the NPL. REA proud supporters of Football South Australia and, of course, the NPL. Love the game, why not study at Flinders University? Now offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology, social work, and more at its new city campus. Apply now for mid-year entry at Flinders University. That ball just has a little bit too much on it, goes over the top of James Polly, joining from Adelaide Olympic last season, in which they did get relegated on the final night. In fact, no thanks to Para Hills Knights' efforts down at their other relegation friends, I suppose, in South Adelaide. Couldn't do them a favour. Ball over the top. Looks for Tabarez. Will he get the better of him? Will be Chris Vivian instead. Polly sprays the ball forward, but the header is won by Harriman. Slattery is offside. Free kick will be taken by Luke Osby. Another experienced goalkeeper alongside Daniel Margush. A few years his senior, but Osby, formerly of Metro Stars, Adelaide City, has won the Federation Cup twice. In fact, made his debut with Adelaide City all the way back in 2008. So a career spanning 15 plus years is certainly worthy of an NPL starting goalkeeper spot. But he might be tested here. Greco puts the ball into the middle. It's a nice one for Hisamoto. Just couldn't get the touch on it to put it goalwards. But Croydon will resume with a throw. Polly. Slattery puts in a ball. It's curling into the back post. It's a good header. And it's Passia John to get Croydon 1-0 up. 12 minutes in. And it was the work of Oscar Slattery that helped Passia John get that header in right in the middle. And now that leaves Playford a goal behind and something to fight for now. You thought maybe that attack was almost done for when Slattery is almost stuck in that position out on the wide left, but the ball he put in was pinpoint to Passia John, and all really Passia John had to do was get it on target. He's done so now, and now that leaves Croydon a goal up. Although, Playford, certainly a team not to shy down from a fight back. Ball comes into the back post. A few shouts that maybe Bolmapore pushed the back. But they will still get a corner out of it, Playford. This does change, of course, the table standings. Croydon move up to 6th, and Playford drop out of the final spots, only in 7th. That leaves them on equal points with Adelaide Comets, who are still drawing. So if Comets can get some more points against their game, they could even jump them in Playford. Still plenty of football to play, though, between that one and this one. Ball comes into the area. Needs the header. Needs a connection. Bouncing about. And it will just be another corner. Can they make this one count, Playford? Ball delivered in low. We'll get a second effort from across. Take the slight deflection off Greco. And it does favour Croydon. Header between the two. And Slattery and Voigt battling for that one. Goes the way of Playford for a throw. Braden French to take it. Barres trying to flick it back in play. You can hear the urge of the home crowd as well. Trying to get their side a bit more revved up for this one, maybe. Wonder if Kyle you might have just seen there is here. Just unable to play at the moment, of course. Polly with the throw. Slattery with the chest down. Ball poked through, looking for Passia John. Just gets stuck on it. And Luca Trimboli tries an effort, and in doing so, wins a corner. Ball goes short. Greco puts in a ball. Might find Bulmer. Paul just rolls away from him, however. Goes short to Passia John. That's been a very good signing so far for Croydon this season. Mapor gets the ball poked off him. They win a corner. James Polly to take this corner. Was, of course, teammates with Passia John last year at an Olympic. Can he deliver to him to get him a brace? Ball comes into the area. Bulmer Paul was looking for the header. Goes behind him. A second effort comes in from Trimboli. Isamoto now. Back to Luca Trimboli. Cross comes in. Osby will be up to that one, though. Woolard. His first game back from suspension. Trying to provide a playmaker for Playford in that instance. Tabarez flicks it down, but he was offside. Margush to Mapor. Slattery does well to get past one. And then another in Braden French, putting in another nice ball. Flicks it back. Was maybe looking for Hisamoto, but just didn't have the pace to roll towards him enough. Klimek. Vivian. Goes wide to Klimek, who's moved out into that area. And that ball looks down the wing, but just didn't have enough on it, really. Another throw. Half-time between Adelaide Comets and Modbury Jets there at 0-0. Two sides who tend to not score, but also not concede too many either. Playing over there at Ellis Park. Passia John. Polly. Couldn't find its way through. Still battling for it, though. Just losing out there. Woolard goes long. Ryan trying to get the touchdown and just control the football. Does do so eventually. Tabarez. Cross comes in, looking for Voigt, gets a nice touchdown, puts it into the centre. Might have been better just taking the touch and having an effort on goal himself, because now that leaves Croydon with a counter-attack. Martinello out wide to Passia John. Passia John wins a corner again. Will be James Polly over this one. Delivery at the front post, headed only upwards by Isaac Mullen. Claiming a handball. Hisamoto has the effort. Another corner. Sorry, another throw-in for Croydon. Polly finds Slattery with the throw. Wins a corner again. Again needing another ball. Hisamoto on the corner has the short option in Greco coming. Instead, looks for the front post. Headed up. Now we'll wait. Xavier Pratt puts it forward. Tabarez now only has Sam Voigt moving in front of him. Harvey. And now they get forward. Ball put into the centre for Tavares. Really stretching to try and get a touch on that ball. Still in the area. Mapor just clearing. Klimek. Martinello. Back to Daniel Margush. French finds the ball kindly to him. Puts the ball in, looking for the back post. Sam Voigt creeps in late. Couldn't reach it, though. Trimboli having to drop deep. Collision there. No foul, though, and Playford go forward. Ryan, who switched sides. Put into the middle. It's a decent enough effort from Mullen. More for the fact that Playford, I think, just need to start getting more shots in. I don't think they've had many so far as of yet. And that is probably one of their first few of the match, albeit not on target. Throw-in by French. Will clean up. Has Ryan on him. just as a bit of pressure. But ball deflects, one back by Tabares, put back out wide by Ryan, bounces well for him. Looking for Penendez in the middle. Cleared out for a throw again. Throwing comes in. Slattery's there to receive a deflection from it. Paul wins their header, even though Tabares was offside. Already a quarter of the way through the match. And Playford, at the moment, continuing this poor vein of form they have. We've held it since going up to Mount Barker in round 9 against the young Reds. Needs to be the 4th week in a row now. Tabares gets on the end of it, but is adjudicated to be offside. Been offside quite a few times already as Santiago Tabares. Currently 20 degrees here in Playford. It's very much footballing conditions, you would have to say. Not too warm, the sun is out, but it's nice and cool. I imagine these players would very much enjoy these conditions compared to, in some instances earlier on in the season, having to have games postponed due to extreme heat. These conditions much more favourable, I think, for players and fans alike. Ball over the top. Mapor again, able to clean up. Has been strong in his tackles, but still fair and doing well so far. Playford starting their attack from the back. Ball over the top, it's not a bad one, needs to be put into the centre. Not a bad idea from Braden French, but just cleared away. Ball delivered in. Martinello. Greco. Puts the ball wide to Slattery. Ryan. Harvey. Back to Luke Osby. Another throw. French with it. Will fall forward to Ryan. Croydon doing well to play themselves nicely out of that, and they still keep it. Lose it there. Pratt nearly colliding with his own teammate, but still keeps it. Looking to do the same. Pratt putting it through for French. Will fall back to Dan Ryan. He'll put in a cross. Comes in low. Needs to find some connection. Did do so, but not the one that Playford wanted. Ball over the top. Tabares, who is onside this time around. Just losing it to John. And Vivian still fighting against Tabares for possession of the ball. Now it comes into the middle. Needs to find a connection. Here's Dan Ryan, takes the touchdown. Maybe just took that little bit too long. Pratt. French being urged by this home crowd, Playford. There's not really been too much to be excited about, to be fair, so far. Ryan. Overlapping run. Does work out for Mullen. Puts it into the middle. Needs a hit on the edge of the box. It's not a bad one. Saved by Margush. And then the follow-up's in from Santiago Tabares. Finally getting Playford 1-1 up. These last few minutes, they were fighting for an equaliser. And now they've restored parity to this tie. Half an hour in, Playford with not many real shots on goal or efforts, really. We're really patient trying to find an equaliser. And in the end, it comes through their Colombian in Santiago Tabares. Header won by Passia John. Launch forward. Ryan just flicks it over and then chested back down by Mullen. Dan Ryan putting a ball into the middle. Could they get another one almost as quickly? We did see it last night in the game between Adelaide City and FK Beograd, where City went 1-0 up through a brilliant goal from Kabidi, and then Beograd finding an equaliser almost immediately in the first few minutes. This ball comes in. Does get a hit from Braden French, but nothing towards goal. And the Playford home support a bit more encouraged by this recent display. Trimboli still has it. Slattery trying to get a ball outside of the boot, I think there. Nice touches from Dan Ryan. Just couldn't get the final ball right. Second half now underway between Adelaide Comets and Modbury Jets. 0-0 there. Of course, Playford with this do go back into 6th position and in finals. Greco trying to win the ball back against Braden French by any means, I think, there. Greco back with it. Taken off him by Pratt. Slattery. A bit of free space is Oscar Slattery. Does nice work there. Gets the ball stuck in his feet, Trimboli. Gives away the throw to Playford. Tabarez gets it from the throw. Puts it into the middle. Unable to keep it with Penendis. Vivian. Just assessing his options. Plays it to Maya Hisamoto. Makes a driving one through midfield. Puts it wide for Oscar Slattery. Has James Polly in behind him, making an overlapping run. And Slattery commits the foul against Dan Ryan and gives away a free kick. And what was a dangerous position for Croydon there, looking forward. Ball over the top. Looking for Braden French. Don Mapor is there, though. Pinballing about at the moment. Good clearance from James Polly. Hasn't completely dealt with for Croydon, though. Now, Passia John gets fouled. Had a bit of space to run into. I think really for Playford in their perspective maybe had to be fouled, nor just to break play momentarily. Even if it does give Croydon the benefit of the free kick. All looks long. But headed away by Harriman. Miller loses out on the ball. Polly. Back to Vivian. Thomas Greco. Has spent time around the world playing his football in Spain and Italy. Even in the US as well, playing for Miami FC in their lower tiers. Not to be confused with Inter Miami. Fernandez lets it roll through for Mullen, who in turn sprays it wide for Ryan. Has one to take on, does Dan Ryan. Nearly getting it through. French. Few shouts to shoot for him. And at the moment, they are prevented from continuing on their attack. Long throw. Headed back into the area, but Margush with a good catch. Not long left to the half. Thrown on the far side. Taken down by Martinello. And Klimek losing the ball from the pass uncharacteristically. And now, Tabarez, the goal scorer for Playford this afternoon at the moment. Puts in a ball into the air, which is headed away by Mapor towards Passia John. Has the short option in Greco and does take it. Goes back to Margush. Martinello. Ball goes long. Mapor. Vivian. Greco. Nice turn against Mullen. Sprayed wide by Hisamoto. Greco again. Put through for Slattery. Tabarez. Ball through, doesn't work out. Falls straight to Balmapour. Loses the ball from the pass. Now, Dan Ryan has Braden French to his right and does use him. Here's Braden French. Only has Dan Ryan in the middle. The ball across goal. Not working out. Pratt. Good ball down the wing. Needs to be cut back. They get a corner. This is the 48th meeting in the first division for these two sides. 26 games won in favour of Croydon. 12 draws between the two. So if Playford do get 3 points, they will manage to change a bit of history. Here's a ball coming in. Looking at the back post, headed away, I thought it was Penendis, but it has come off a Croydon player, and it will be another corner on the opposite side. Ball comes in at the front post, only at the side netting. Five minutes left until the break. Passia John scoring from a header after an Oscar Slattery cross. And then Santiago Tabarez being in the right place at the right time after a save from Margush on the follow-up is what gives us the scoreline we have right now if you're just joining us. It's round 12 in the RE-NPL. Here's Greco. Puts a decent ball through. Needs to find the centre. Finds a back post instead. Touchdown. Needs a hit. Greco gets the touchdown, flicks it into the middle, has the strike! That's a brilliant goal from Adam Martinello. Just before the break, Croydon find a lead through nothing, but a spectacular effort. And Playford, they find themselves shell-shocked. I don't think many keepers are saving that one either. Wow. Very much a contender for goal of the week there, I think. Playford will want to find themselves back equal before the break if they can. But it does look a hard task. This is a very valiant Croydon side at the moment, but here's Braden French. Finds a ball only off of Balmapour for a corner. Corner for Playford. Delivered in at the front post, headed away, out for another. then Woolard to take it. Can they make this one count a bit better? He does have a short option, won't use him, goes into the middle, headed to the back post, and then away again by Passia John. Still trying to find it in the area. Klimek is there. And a foul's been given, and a free kick for Croydon. And again, this, of course, changes the table. Croydon back in finals. Playford sitting just outside of the 6th in 7th place. Now 2 points behind the now in front Croydon FC. Ball goes long from Margush. Ryan. Ball is just launched forward in hope, I think, in that case, more than anything. Ryan, his pass doesn't work out, needs to be dealt with, and is just put forward. Tavares, Mapol gets there first as we enter additional time. And that is the halftime whistle. Croydon, 2 in front. No thanks to an absolute banger from Adam Martinello. And Playford with plenty to do. Not only in the second half, but to talk about as well in the break. Don't forget, REA proud supporters of Football South Australia. Love the game? Why not study at Flinders University now? Offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology, social work, and more at its new city campus. Apply now for mid-year entry at Flinders University. Well, don't go anywhere. Plenty to come in the second half. And a very interesting spectacle ahead of us. Halftime score, Playford City 1, Croydon FC 2.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Hi, Stephen Curry here. Way too many Australians are seriously injured or die on our roads, and everyone has a right to get home safe every day, no exceptions. Let's champion road safety for all our sakes. Remove distractions, keep your phone out of sight, don't speed, drive tired or under the influence, and talk with friends and family about staying safe on the road. For more info, visit the website, take the pledge and wear a yellow ribbon on yourself or your car to show your support. Let's all stay safe out there.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Crosses. shot from the edge of the corner of the 18-yard box, and Luke Magello unable to pick that out, and that's gone in at the far post. To Chip Magello, and he's done so, and he's made it 2-0. Contender for goal of the week. He knows Luke Magello off his line, and he's chipped him from about 25 yards out and has taken a 2-0 lead.
Hi, Stephen Curry here. Way too many Australians are seriously injured or die on our roads, and everyone has a right to get home safe every day, no exceptions. Let's champion road safety for all our sakes. Remove distractions, keep your phone out of sight, don't speed, drive tired or under the influence, and talk with friends and family about staying safe on the road. For more info, visit the website, take the pledge and wear a yellow ribbon on yourself or your car to show your support. Let's all stay safe out there.
What I'm excited about, like the most, how we can come together, learn about everybody, because we're not the same, but we're somehow the same.
The community came to government to express their concerns about young people. It is our role to listen and it's our role to act.
There's so many kids wanting to play the game from all walks of life.
African Youth Program was established to help Africans through sport, cultural identity, mentorship.
Having a program that's going to target the African children, given it's their sport of choice, presents a huge opportunity to link participation in football with education, which is a perfect mix.
I think the African Youth Program will be a very inclusive program with different teams, different schools coming to play with us.
It's like a very big opportunity to expand skills, knowledge, and in different areas of life.
Most of the kids will grow from this program to be able to become valuable, positive contributors in our society.
Like a voice to be spoken with and not being scared to show your skills.
This empowerment program has many different aspects to it, and of course sport is one of those, but it's actually really about finding your place in the world.
I think everybody's pushing in the one direction to make sure that we can make a real difference.
It's not just a game, it's a very passionate sport that millions of people around the world love to play. That's what football is.
Ryan with the free kick. Comes off Cameron Woodfins. Oh, what a save. What a save by Cody Ostreich.
Lining up. He's sent into the area. And it's great save there from Woodlands. And we'll give another corner in the end, but
have all 3 points tonight. Although, still possible opportunities. Jai King-Burn with the header. And Vaughan, I think, had to make that save.
Hit it and does. And it forces a great save from Magetto there and pushes it wide for a corner.
Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG.
Has a little bit of space, takes it down nicely and plays a nice sweet ball to Millie Scott. Scott on the run now has a shot and she's beaten her opponent to the far post and opened the scoring for Metro United. Fine goal by Millie Scott and it's 1-0 in the One World LED Sportal scoreboard. Rushes aside, great, comes out to Hadaj. She finds Mansueto at the far side, she's onside. Nice touch by Mansueto to get past her opponent, she struck that beautifully and Metro United have got themselves back ahead. After some fine work on the far side of Victoria Mansueto. It's 2-1.
Back to Notto again, just putting a ball into the centre. Could this make it number 5? Good save from Lucas.
That ball clipped over for Rojas. The flag has stayed down. Rojas to restore Flinders' lead. Saved. The edge of the penalty area, you would imagine. And the ball might break here. Box! Oh, great save, Jenner. It might still fall for Box.
On the back of the announcement of the celebration of football, Football SA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, which will see 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
Can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up and actually take on the team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with Football SA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given a professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club and it's just a win-win for everyone.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
For over
Welcome back for the second half here at Ramsey Park. 2-1 the scoreline to the away side of Croydon FC. Passia John and Adam Martinello both getting those two. Martinello in particular with a spectacular long-range strike. Playford though, again, they're behind in this one, trying to break a 3-game run of, well, no points since going to Mount Barker. Well, sorry, since playing against Modbury, the round after. No subs that I can identify as of yet, but of course we'll keep you up to date if anything does happen, at least that I notice. Ball goes long for Croydon, for Playford, sorry. Croydon in their green shirt, white shorts, and Playford in their white shirt and burgundy shorts. Playford going right to left of screen and Croydon left to right. Looks like Daniel Margush has ditched the cap as well for this second half. I don't think the sun's as much in his way as it is for Osby, who does have the cap in this one for the half. Header one. Then just launched forward, in fact. Ball goes wide. Croydon will want to extend their lead in this half to make it certain that they keep 3 points and stay in a final spot by the end of the round, which looks to be theirs at the moment due to the fact that Adelaide Comets and Mowbray are still at 0-0. Nothing too much happening in that game, I'm hearing. So this one's certainly looking to be the one with a bit more action. And still, you'd imagine, more goals to come. Could this be one? Ball comes into the area, spilled by Margush. But Croydon do give him a helping hand to get it clear. Nice touchdown from Trimboli. Has support coming in behind, puts it in through for Hisamoto. Woolard, as the last man, gets in the way. Pro for Croydon. Goes back out wide. Greco puts it just into the area. Passio John with a nice flick back. Martinello. Now with a goal of the week contender, maybe even goal of the year contender, with his effort laid on in the first half, which puts us to where we stand now at 2-1. I think the ball might have been out anyway after Clement cleared. The throw-in does come. Mapore sprays it nicely out wide. It's a decent ball in. Needs a connection. Passio John's there. Hisamoto. Ball just rolling, not his direction to get the follow-up. Another ball comes in, into the middle, head is there. It's away, still in the area, and then eventually cleared. Klimek. John. Nice ball back to Klimek. Now John again, puts it into the middle. It finds Tabarez free, and then he loses possession. Vivian to Mapore. Tabarez. Pratt. Tabarez again right in front of us. Gets in a real sandwich there and wins the free kick from it. Ryan and Woolard both on the set piece. Will be Daniel Ryan. Puts in the dead ball. Not the greatest of deliveries, but might get a second go. Instead, Passia John gets in the way. Doesn't have too many in front of him. Elects to go from long range, but that one will go over. Willard sprays it only as far as opposing Thomas Greco. John. Hisamoto. Back out to Thomas Greco. Passia John again. Does he get fouled? Yes, he does. Set piece for Croydon. Polly over it. Looks to find the back post, but bit too much on it from James Polly. Pratt. Now they look forward. Will it bounce for him? Wouldn't have mattered. Offside. Goes long. Free kick. Then Willard. Passia John sliding in. Concedes the throw for it. Sabares. The Colombian trying to get his team back into this one, even more so he did with the first. Hisamoto just misses the touch of the ball there. Passia John wins it back, tries to go through the legs of Willard, but they continue on with the throw again. Do Croydon FC. Headed upwards and out of play by Harriman. That one goes high. Fernandez wins the header against Mapaul. Maybe Croydon looking to make a substitution soon, possibly. Slattery puts a decent ball into the area, needs the header. Bouncing about, Passia John still there. Cleared away. Tavares has a little bit of space, but does need to spray it to a teammate, in which he does do so. Mullen will be looking to have a lead at the top of the Golden Boot race for himself. French put down the wide right, then into the area, and just got in the way there to give Playford a corner. Ball comes in, right at the front post, headed upwards. Has it gone straight back out of play? Yes, it has. Cross comes in low. It's not one of his better ones. French. Now Harvey. I go all the way back to Playford. Xavier Pratt, the New Zealander. It's the Colombian. Out for a throw. Ticking towards the hour mark now. Mullen over the top. Only finding Margush. Croydon attack down the left, putting a ball into the area. Headed away, had to be by Harriman. Passia John, always dangerous going forward. Puts in a ball. Had plenty of venom to it. Margush. Gets it to Passia John. And just pushes on Braden French. And the free kick is given to the delight of the home crowd here. And Croydon will make a substitute as well. Maya Hisamoto coming off, unable to add to his 7 so far for the season. And it will be Santana Bartovsky to come on in his place. Playford also making substitutes. Like Sam Voigt coming off. Ethan Allgate. Melad Ahmad and Junior Akpo coming on. So a few changes for Playford to try and at least get a point out of this match at the moment. Osby to Harriman. Might go back to Osby and does. Tavares pulled down and gets a set piece from it. Ball comes into the area. Headed away by Mapor. He's been very strong this afternoon. Ball goes forward for John. And now put through for Tavares. Will it reach him? It does do so. Tavares flicks it up. Does go down in the box, but not a penalty. Half an hour left for Croydon to continue on a streak after having a bit of mixed form this season. Only half an hour left for Playford to regain a bit of form for themselves after the past few weeks. Pass here, John. Nice touch. Greco. Going back to Mapor. His ball not reaching. And now through the middle for Tavares. Flicks it back out wide. Puts it back through for Braden French. Will look for a cross, you'd imagine. Does do so. Only finding the head of Thomas Greco. Now here's Mullen. Just deflecting and moving about the ball. Greco. Nice footwork, making his way through. Trying to get past Meladama, putting a ball over the top. And it's not a bad one for Luca Trimboli. Has the effort on goal, and it's a lovely little finish from Luca Trimboli. Getting it in at the far post from range 2. Catching Luke Osby off his line. 3-1 Croydon. They have a commanding lead now, and it's a road back. A long road back for Playford to try and get something out of this one. Harriman now. Playford really needs something to urge them even more. And Croydon, for them, have the confidence now to continue on their lead and claim 3 points. Headed back into the area. Chested down, but Mapor gets in the way. Puts the ball out wide. Will it reach? It does, but only to Sean Harvey. Ball goes long. And cleared first time before it even reached the ground. That's here, John. He's getting hassled. Oh, he finds a lovely area to get Thomas Greco on the ball. Klimek keeps it. Croydon are doing brilliantly at the moment. Can Martinello find a ball forward? Finds it wide. Now puts it through. Has the cut back. Dealt with for now. French gets on the end of it to clear forward himself. Paul wins the header. Ball looking long for Bartovsky. has the battle with Harriman to contend with. Croydon still keep it. Back to Greco. Klimek. John takes himself down the wing, puts in a ball at the back post. It's not a bad one. Bartovsky just not getting the right connection. Osby tries the long ball, but it doesn't work out. Ball put forward for Bartovsky. And he finds Luke Osby in goal with the cross. Melad Ahmad. And able to find it all the way through forward. Adelaide Comets versus Monbury Jets. That one is finished 0-0. Still one more game left this afternoon. Adelaide United Youth against Adelaide Croatia Raiders in 32 minutes' time, to be exact. That one needs to be cleared forward. Looking for Jenny Akpo, but Luke Klimek will be there first. Can they launch forward again? It's over the top. Needs to be dealt with by Vivian, but is still there. Tavares. Akpo. Jenny Akpo finds the byline, cuts it back into the middle. Only has it cleared away. And that one ends up in free kick, I think. Here's Margush. Loose ball. Kept in claims by Harriman. Does well to get out of there. Ahmad. His pass doesn't reach. And now Croydon again with the way forward through Slattery. Still going is Oscar Slattery. Puts a ball into the middle, headed away. That one unable to reach Oscar Slattery. Too much on it for him to get anything. Header back, missed by Harriman. Ahmad finds Akpo out on the left. Right in front of us here, has to take on the experienced Luke Klimek and does do so well. Has Vivian now. Ball comes into the middle. Mapor again. Just getting in the right position at the right time. A nice little flick from Passia John. Doesn't keep it for Croydon. Allgate claiming to have been pushed. Gets it back to Akpo. Stuck in that corner against Passia John. And it's gone Croydon's way. Another throw in for Croydon. Klimek with it, but he will be delayed due to his side substitutions. It will be Oscar Slattery and Luca Trimboli to both make way. Slattery in particular, very, very good this afternoon. Luca Trimboli getting that goal not too long ago, to get them up. Now Klimek will be able to take this throw. Ball goes long. Header is one. Martinello. Maybe slightly late from Martinello in attempt of that challenge. Ryan goes first time forward, but just won't find it through. Junior David, just seen getting a touch on the ball there, that one of those substitutes. Solomon Islands international. 3 caps for their senior national team. Formerly of Peninsula Power over in NPL Queensland, and Curry United over in Papua New Guinea, as well as Central Coast FC and a youth at Marist in the Solomon Islands themselves. Jackson Kurtz, the final substitute. Playford have emptied out their bench, except for sub-goalkeeper Braden Endemar. I should imagine they wouldn't have to bring on Akpo, making his way forward by himself and wins a free kick too. Harriman looks wide on the right. 15 minutes left for either side to get something more out of this. For Playford, it would be points at all. For Croydon, it would be confidence more than anything if they get another. Here's the ball over the top. David. Only finding Malad Ahmad. Now Vivian. And now here's Uni Akpo to try and work some magic down this left wing against Luke Klimek. Unable to do so. Klimek keeps it in and puts it long. Playford retain possession though. Pratt finds a good ball to Akpo out on this left wing. Takes the touch. Goes back to Pratt. You imagine he looked for the cross, and he does do so. Finds it in the middle, only the back post. And that will be a corner. They could score from this and give themselves a little bit of hope, Playford. But he's looking harder as the minutes wear on. Playford with this corner. Can they get something out of it? Delivered right into the middle. Header only won by Passia John. Ahmad. And that is an easy foul to give. And it will be a yellow card too. Long ball. Bartovsky loses the ball out as it's put forward. Sabares again as well. And another foul. Another throw for Playford. That one's launched long, only towards Daniel Marcus, which is not the desired outcome for Playford. Again, Croydon launch forward, Bartovsky. Out on the wide left, put through for Polly. Goes back to Junior David. And it's another unnecessary foul given away. Playford's needing to just maybe relax a little bit and don't rush things as much. Ball comes into the area. Headed towards goal, maybe inadvertently by a Playford head. Hasia John has Luke Klimek in close consideration and does try and put a ball in against Ethan Allgate. Gets, I think, a corner actually. I thought it was a throw, but will be a corner, I think. Once again, James Polly to take this one. Ball comes in, headed downwards by Allgate. Another throw in favour of the side wearing green. John uses his body fairly. Still battling for it is Hasia John. Greco couldn't find his footing, and that's one's been booted out. Allgate's being told to move a little bit further back. Less than 10 minutes left in this one. And Playford with urgency to try and move the ball forward as quickly as possible. Thomas Greco helping the referee to remember where the free kick needed to be taken. Did work at the end, to be fair. Proud on the dead ball. Finds it in the area. Punched away by Margush. The hit from Mullen. Vivian just sliding in. I'm not sure whether even he knew where exactly that was going to end up, but took the option of better be safe than sorry in that. Ball comes into the area. Again, not really working out for Playford as they would want. Playford still trying to look for something. That ball's in an interesting area. And Croydon still try and get forward with it. Allgate wins it back. Ahmad. Thomas Greco just sliding in, getting a touch of the ball on his toes. Ball goes back to Harvey. Melad Ahmad. Formerly of their promotion friends last year in West Torrensburg, Calla is Melad Ahmad. Also spent some time with Sturt Lions too. That one's launched. Ahmad misses the touch, but it still will get to Santiago Tabarez. Goes wide with the ball. Agpo looks to have switched out to the right-hand side. Strong use of the body. The header from Mullen might find an option in Allgate. Only cleared away by Chris Vivian. Pratt. Agpo has Tabarez and does use him. Still with it, Santiago Tabarez puts it in through for Agpo. Finds the middle. Was looking for Mullen. Greco still there. Still keeps it. Again out of play. 5 minutes left. Hope's slowly starting to fade for the home side this afternoon. And Croydon be more than happy to take that 6th position in finals as it stands. Klimek goes wide and Passia John chases down well, has the pace. I think that ball might have been more hopeful than anything actually. Ahmad loses the ball out to Passia John. Just trying to bully Passia John off the ball now. Croydon still with it. Bartovsky goes through Ethan Allgate, and that will just be a goal kick. But time looks to be very much running out for Playford. Header over the top from Mullen. Finds the wing. Still with it, Playford. Looking for Akpo against Klimek. Once again now back on this left. Akpo is fouled. Free kick for Playford. Xavier Pratt on this set piece, needing to make it count. 3 minutes on the clock left. You'd imagine if they want at least a point, they need to get one about now. Ball comes in, finds a header only towards the back post, might just bounce and roll. He's sprayed away. No push on the ball, but still a throw in for Playford. Will be taken by Braden French. Both going in strong there. I'm interested to see the way this is given, because I'm not quite sure myself. I think it's a Croydon free kick. Goes long. Headed away. Just really does not seem to be working for Playford this afternoon. That's a decent ball to Gignac, though. And you can hear the home crowd urge him on forwards. Gets past Klimek, and then Vivian puts in a ball at the back post, which is headed out for a corner. Desperate times. They act quick from it. Tabarez keeps his footing. Kurtz finds the box. They'll get another corner. Won't act as quickly. They will go direct from the corner. Just putting it into the mixer. Needs to find a header. And that's a goal kick. As we enter additional time, you would think that's it. Margush with this goal kick. Greco can't win the header. Tabarez gets to it. Now Mullen puts it long. Here's Kurtz. Can they get some late action? Not with hits like that. They're not helping themselves at the moment. Playford and Croydon have looked really good this afternoon. Not too many mistakes. Really, except for the one that led to a goal from Margush, but other than that, they have been brilliant. Ball just pinballing about in the air until Adam Martinello gets in the way and stops it from happening. Klimek wins it from the throw. Martinello, headers only upwards. Greco doesn't get the initial touchdown. Does get the second. As it bounces about, Isaac Mullen wins it back and then loses it almost immediately. Back to Margush. Tabarez trying to apply some pressure to the experienced clubman. Playford really have just been second best to everything. And unreminiscent whatsoever of the form they sort of started this competition in. Of course, the first round match between these two this season did end up in a 2-1 win, the way of Croydon. There's Junior David with a audacious effort on goal. But Tabarez getting the scoring up in the 30th minute then. And then Andre Cole and Oscar Slattery scoring within 5 minutes of each other in the 65th and 70th is what ended the game and gave Croydon 3 points. And it looks like they will have a double over the Northerners in season 2025. Paul clears away. Hopeful efforts at this point for Playford. Game seems to be done and dusted. Ball comes in from Allgate. Might find a header at the back post. Does bounce back. And an effort from Sean Harvey goes wide. Put back into the area. Only to find the head of Luke Klimek. Had to stoop down low for it. Bartovsky finds it wide. Again, nice footwork. Greco now gets fouled. And that is full time. Croydon with 3 points, and they enter a finals position in 6th, 1 point behind Campbelltown, and 2 points ahead of today's opponents, Playford City. They have away against Para Hills next week to do the home side, and Croydon next week start a 4-game run of home matches in round 13, 14, 15 and 16 next week against Modbury Jets, who still sit just above the relegation spots. Full time here at Ramsey Park. Playford City 1, Croydon FC 3.